He definitely punished some of the lack of mobility that we have for OMG, and Jarvan already acts as main engage. I like the Ultra Prime comp. I just really feel like OMG, they have the power to, frankly, I think it keeps it neat and pure, and it's actually a really cool, I think, business strategy they used is everyone else combos. Speaking of comboing.
As we say it, yeah, Henna's getting comboed right now, waiting for Juhan to join the fray as well. Henna flashes away, going to be matched by Starry, and a second dredge line connects from Moham. That's first blood for OMG, and they're going to make it potentially a second, but Xiaoxia says, yeah, still one more proc on that Cyclone. We'll see if it expires before he can get in. He actually ends up using it, gets canceled by the Pathmaker. Liangqian still has the all-out, but the flash will be utilized to get himself away, but Juhan will follow and land the kill with
OMG. Now it's just going to be about, you know, they have the 3 grubs, they have a gold lead. Can they really take the map fast enough to get
here as well? This is the mid-jungle combo that we were talking about. Cubby having a little bit of mid-game agency. Sleepy Trouble Bubble does connect onto Moham, but that Paddle Star does not. We'll continue this cat and mouse game now around the red buff. And Moham says, screw that, we're just going to go straight in. Lands the Flap's depth charge onto Grizzly, but now comes the re-engage, and it is a big one at that, with Saber getting the first kill onto Moham, and Henna now dashing over, transcended onto Starry, lands the slow and the laser, and goes in onto Starry and takes him down. A big answer for UP in the enemy jungle as they go 2-0 in the fight.
Yeah, Saber might have been but he could take the enemy summoner spells, use the merge to connect. You might be able to save the dredge line. It's also a great way for you to proc Aftershock, or I guess chain it, since it would have been proc by depth charge. But I just don't think that Moham needs to make that play, especially into the Jarvan. That is not the right target you're looking for in that scenario. And those are 2 big kills that go over to Ultra Prime, as they're going to find a third with Harry going down to the top side.
It's a bit of a beneficial trade overall. You get the first tower, and that's a nice bonus.
Like, Moham and Starry just ended up being disconnected. Starry goes down. I feel like, again, that's more so off the back of OMG, how they started that fight with Moham. Starry just ended up kind of stuck on that side. And I don't really see the angle to win there outside of picking Jarvan. In which case, I also have to question why Moham just didn't lead with a flash dredge line. I think that's better than flash depth charge, especially if you're going to throw the Q not to even, like, chain the dredge line. It's kind of weird. And
now Juhan just gets locked down by the concussive blows. Xiaoxia finishing off that kill. And another one going into the hands of Ultra Prime. They have killed 4 straight members. Haven't been able to make the most of that composition that we were saying. Could be a little bit fast-paced. They try to turn it on its head with a fight around the Rift Herald, though. Dredge line goes onto Xiaoxia, but doesn't do much after
Rocks were wasted.
The Trouble Bubble does land onto Harry. They're going to fully collapse onto the most fed member of OMG, and they should be able to take him down with ease. That's Saber picking up that kill. The response is to Xiaoxia, but Ultra Prime are able to claim that Rift Herald, a 1-for-1. Even in those matchups in the LCK Challengers League, Grizzly had the better stats, just wasn't able to get the wins, as his team was just not as good.
Yeah, Grizzly for me is a very interesting story, and see if we have any time for story time here.
He's going to be the main story of this one as he goes in to get the tower, but has to flag and drag defensively. Meanwhile, already Moham has gone down, so it's a 5v4 in favor of Ultra Prime. Haichao looking to chase down Henna. He dashes away from that seismic shove, and nobody from Ultra
LCK. And some of the motivation between being held onto, as Harry's going to get ulted and derail my point.
In a 2v1, we'll see. Nearing that overheat, but not going to be able to get it as Grizzly. He's having a good game, so you can
Grizzly, I mean, he's been on HOA this entire time. He was a good Challengers League player when he really didn't pan out for his chance at the higher level.
It will be Grizzly starting off the Ocean Drake for Ultra Prime.
We have Xiaoxia and Liangqian both in front. They don't need to watch the flanks given the vision they have. OMG's playing from so far behind. They can afford to put both in front.
Moham immediately finds the hook onto Liangqian. Not the priority target that they're looking for. The Weaver's Wall does split up the fight, and Liangqian is a little bit separated from the remainder of his team. Here goes Juhan, going to make it a 50-50, and he does get the Dragon. It'll cost him his life, but that is a big win for OMG as they stall the game out for a little bit longer.
Not the prettiest series of events from either of our teams here at Grapes, as I think OMG walking away with a dragon and only down 1 is probably the best case scenario. But Haichao, brother, what are you doing walking in that brush?
Not supposed to be there, as another kill makes it a 2-for-0 instead of a 1-for-0.
Which had like never played no Qs, so it's very much a new player perspective. That looks like a dragon setup from maybe straight out of that combine. We definitely would have talked about the, you know.
Group Nirvana, basically the
Walked out the other way.
Hai Chao is in the audience.
You're
Okay.
like walking into that lane. That's so crazy.
I take it back. I take it back.
Walking into that brush is ballistic. I'm so glad he died. Sincerely.
We're gonna go for more here as Juhan already popped the cycle. The target will be Xiaoshen. They get him first, but it'll come at the cost of Juhan's life. Remember, the Baron buff also exists here for Ultra Prime, so any kills that they get will be even potentially more structures falling with these empowered minions crashing in. So it will be a 1-for-1, but Ultra Prime's going to take it as they crack open this bot tier 1.
As the minions crash in, I'd like to crash out about Hai Chao walking into that. As Liangshen being down TP, Grizzly could reach the fight faster if one were to break out bot, and has a nice attack speed steroid and can handle himself in the mid lane. So I actually kind of like that setup rotation. Does give Ultra Prime 2 inner turrets off a nice play from Grizzly.
They're going to look to potentially finish off this game in a clean fashion with the taking of this Ocean Soul. See if Juhan can get another steal. Not in the pitch just yet. He gets knocked up by the Glacial Fissure. So it will be the Ocean Soul secure, but it comes at the cost of potentially some lives being lost. Liangshen already at half HP. Juhan, though, just gets eaten alive and taken down. And Grizzly will capitalize by landing that Cataclysm onto Harry. Starry out of position right now. Does land a big Moonlight Vigil and chunks down the front line of Ultra Prime. But Henna will dash forward and take down his opposing ADC. Only Moham remains on the map right now, as it'll be a 4-for.
And I can understand Hai Chao is opening the fight where he did, given the wall, but not rotating to his team, and then having Starry rotate into Narnia as the fight evolved is just very, very... Where Hai Chao and Starry are standing in that fight, it does make life impossible for Juhan. I'd be very bad and upset if I were him. I can't play out the fight the way I want to.
Talking about Baron poke, we're going to see that here as Grizzly and Henna are on a 2-man mission with Saber and Liangshen providing havoc onto the opposition. It looks like the target will be Xiaoshen, but he flashes over the wall. The Baron secured already by the J4, and Juhan just gets in there a little bit too late. Cataclysm enforces a flash from both bot laners, and Henna is now transcended. Gets eaten up here by that seismic shove, and the Moonlight Vigil is big, but will it be big enough? Don't think so, as only Hai Chao will remain in terms of carries for OMG. It's 4 kills for the cost of Henna, with the Baron also going Ultra Prime's way, and it'll be Hai Chao looking to try to have a miracle happen in the mid lane to try to save this first game.
Good fight and good game here from Ultra Prime. I think Grizzly taking those early dragons in the appropriate windows really slowed down OMG. Saber had a really good game on this Zoe, the first time we've seen him play the Zoe in the past 2 years. And I think Ultra Prime can actually walk away with a lot of positives. You know, the first time...
It's Ultra Prime with their second Baron in the game, going to be in a great position to close things out. They had the potential, the opportunity to do so last time, but decide to instead just go for a reset, go for the higher percentage play. Grizzly gonna get targeted here. Flag and Drag does buffer that.
That's a hell of a buffer.
Crowd control, so he will be able to get out relatively safely. Still
I didn't
has
see
his
that
ultimate
buffer
as
coming.
the rest of Ultra Prime is breaking open this top lane tier 3 turret.
It looked like one of those buffers I don't really see in my solo queue when I'm playing at 50 ping.
Yeah.
That was a
Shout
nice
out
one there
to
from Grizzly.
Thing here as Saber does land another bubble onto Hai Chao. He's been eating them all day, and he will get taken down by Grizzly. Moham underneath the tower that has been destroyed beneath his feet will make it a quick 2-for-0 in favor of Ultra Prime once again. The big carries here still available, Starry notably one of them, but it should not matter as in go Ultra Prime and down goes OMG. UP with a clean, clinical game 1 will take an early lead in this best-of-3 series.
Well, I can just force Trundle to walk out, so still one of the fighters that you can play early into it. That said, I do like this Leona pickup. I think it's a shorter range composition being played by Ultra Prime.
A little bit of a summoner spells there as Juhan goes for an early invade onto these Raptors.
Okay. I mean, yeah, this is interesting.
Oh, he's
level 2.
that
He's going to get 2 camps here, potentially.
And now he just
Grizzly
immediately outduels Grizzly. Might try to secure this with a smite. Grizzly does. He hits level 2 and has the red buff for a little bit extra healing. And does get the fear onto Juhan. Flash still available to try to land that chomp. But Grizzly, after going for the invade onto the red buff, is going to be able to potentially escape for a little bit longer, at least delay some of Juhan's timing. Some of his is...
You know, I will say, Hai Chao did have a positive gold diff at points last year. So the fact that he doesn't have one now is a little concerning, because that was a real strength to his game last year. Oh boy, no flash on Trundle.
Fight here in the 2v2. Juhan going to be taken very low. Saber misses the overload. Will have to flash into tower range to pick up that kill. Nice heal from Xiaosha. Able to keep his jungler alive. And Saber still pumping out damage onto Haichao. Won't be able to finish him off though with Moham joining the fray. But Ultra Prime get right back on the board. Even up our kill count at 1.
Great walk there from Xiaosha. Honestly, made that play work in the end as they punished you. Their advertising, you know.
This is the cross country amount of advertisement we're about to get. OMG, as you mentioned, does get all 3 grubs, but looks like they might be punished for it. A Saber and Grizzly will be going in with the Paranoia Realm Warp combo. Liang Chan also available, and it means that Ultra Prime will get Juhan in trade for those grubs.
See if he can, you know, really take advantage of that opportunity. As Saber, we're committing.
Fully going in onto Moham right now because they know that Grizzly is in the wings with this Paranoia. Xiaosha going forward with the quickness as well. And Haichao does not connect on that Emperor's Divide. With that being said, looks like the fight will still continue. Saber forced to run back away at 40%
they get the Drake.
HP. Ultra Prime don't get any kills, but they are able to start up this dragon.
Now, between the health based on that, I know that Grizzly still is waiting for that Paranoia to come up, but they did use Subjugate.
Their hands. Nobody really wants to start this dragon up just yet, though. We now see a ghost being popped, Paranoia being issued, and in goes Ultra Prime. Xiaosha and Grizzly the ones to lead the charge, and they're slowing down Juhan and Moham, but not being able to take anybody down just yet. Saber in with the Realm Warp, able to stop the bullet time, but he's going to get punished by Harry with the teleport of his own. A 1-for-0 in favor of OMG, forcing Henna to flash over the wall, and that should be enough for them to claim this first dragon for them.
It was a nice solar flare from Moham, but that's a dragon given over, a fight 1 for OMG, and a bit of a gold lead now emerging for them. I'm just kind of curious, like, for Ultra Prime there, I know they talked about miscommunications. Or Haichao can step up on the Azir, because he is going to be in a nice spot after his next recall. OMG in a nice spot now as they're collapsing on the mid to take.
Looks like Ultra Prime, though, want to punish. In goes the bomb squad again, and they're going to be able to lock down Moham and eventually take Juhan down as well. In goes Haichao, lands a 2-man Emperor's Divide, but does not get the big carries in the backline. Harry, with the ulti, is able to take one down, but it will come at the cost of his life. And now the artillery in the backline, and the scaling has arrived for Ultra Prime. Henna untouched on the backline. The Young Chan forces a flash, and UP are able to get a big chunk of gold. That is 3 kills for the cost of 1.
So we saw them pass up on the dragon fight. This does give them a few timers and cooldowns that didn't come up their way.
We talked about OMG in game number 1 not fully understanding the identity of their composition. It feels like Haichao in a similar situation this time. They are going to catch Xiaosha out though, and so that is 1 kill back. But Haichao in these fights with this composition doesn't have to go for those. But
definitely one where Up's not exactly in the position to get anything if they drop it. And just want to see OMG, again, be a little bit more disciplined around their lines, especially with Haichao. As he's going to throw down that turret, and that will help ensure mid-priority. I don't like that from Moham.
That solar flare. Looks like OMG are the ones who want to push the go button first, but the re-engage from Ultra Prime is big. A Realm Warp of everybody as Saber sends in the cavalry. That's the bot lane going down already on OMG's side, and Ultra Prime ignore the dragon as they will make their way straight towards the big purple worm.
OMG, what are we doing, man? I have no words. We threw out Leona ult, Pillar, MF ult, and found nothing but 1 flash. And now, I mean, best of luck fighting this one, but like that was just so terrible to start off.
To be the hero here. Yeah, the charm still hits Haichao. He dashes forward in desperation, but desperation is all that it is. Another kill into the hands of Ultra Prime. Saber has that Seraph's pop, but that shield's going to be so valuable here. A 2-man knockup connects, and it's a clean 5-for-0 ace. A triple kill for Henna, and the Baron on top for Ultra Prime.
This is just such a terrible engage from OMG. Like this whole sequence happens because OMG completely flubs their initial engage.
For them.
But what if
like they're a competition that likes to soak up that pressure and counter-engage themselves? They shouldn't be the ones to try to force a fight right there around that dragon.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think some of the timing of this game, like in a way, they do have to force because the game doesn't get better for them. I would just like to force in a better, more calculated manner because these forces have been disgusting. And not in the good disgusting way. It's been disgustingly gross.
High Chow looking for a Phoenix moment up in the top side. Not going to happen as Grizzly goes in with the
Having
paranoia.
this team work together for a week has been huge because I saw cohesive gameplay, cohesive ideas from them today.
Yeah.
And it's looked good. I think that Grizzly and Saber as a 10, that's a really good angle on the back line. It's playable. Until then, though, these empowered rim prisons from Saber have really been dictating fights.
Waiting for that Baron to come back up. Force OMG into a bit of a pickle as to what they want to do. Go for the Dragon, go for the Baron. Looks like it will be Baron here for Ultra Prime as they have started up. And Liangcheng and Henna currently playing Bouncer, trying to make sure that OMG can't get in there. Moham goes a little bit too far forward with that Zenith Blade once again. The Valkyrie, just a beautiful counter combo here by Henna and Ultra Prime results in that first kill. Underneath the tower, they will take down Starry. And already it is a 3v5 on the map. Only one member gets hit by the Emperor's Divide, and it's not any crucial target. And Saber on the back line making quick work of Harry and Juhan. High Chow still able to survive. The health bar is ticking low for Ultra Prime, but not low enough. Henna dashes in, gets the kill onto Harry, and Juhan is forced to use the Blast Cone defensively. High Chow is able to kill the enemy jungler, which is going to be a big factor here. He goes golden, but Ultra Prime and Henna are able to time
He
it.
had a good angle on the Grizzlies, so a nice moment from High Chow, but the initial engage too good from up as we return to the scene of the crime. We're still fighting.
That Baron already taken by Ultra Prime in the front line, just way too far forward at this point. The bullet time merely tickling the mighty Scion of Liang Chen, as it's a 2-0, the Baron, and now a trip down the mid lane to try to end this game and end this series, Cubby.
Yeah, well, I'd say a win you can build off of if you're Ultra Prime. Meanwhile, OMG, this looks like the team we're saying goodbye to early on here for Split 1, Graves. We need to go back to the drawing board and figure out what's going on here for OMG.
These two teams entered this season winless, but it will be Ultra Prime marching out of here with their first victory of 2026. Saber ends this game 8-1-9. And Ultra Prime
that, provided a bit more oomph in the early game. And while Yunara does have decent trading, particularly in level 1, I don't think that it is, necessarily a lane that expect from these guys. Again, 3 LDL players, you don't expect them to be the best team in the world, but if we can see, the beginnings of something great for Thunder Talk, I feel like that is significant enough for the first split.
little engage in the mid lane as it looks like immediately Hera will get taken down. Call the Fourth God does not connect them to June now, but it's 4 members of EDG on the top side of the map and will force this Wukong to flee.
Yeah, good dummy placement there by Junhao to be able to deny.
Enough damage comes through, but Keshi mostly just using this dominance to get priority in that top lane, crash that wave, likely go for a reset.
Clearly is EDG, so Thunder Talk wisely not going to contest this. I think it is definitely the smarter move to give this one up. As a matter of fact, I mean, they already got the dragon, so it's just a classic trade at the moment. Is Xiaohao.
Okay, nice flag and drag here for Xiaohao.
Setup, but Thunder Talk are still the ones to start up this dragon now, as EDG definitely don't want to give this up.
Purkia over the wall. Remember, Keshi has his teleport. He just went back to base and picked up a Black Cleaver. Purkia is already forced to pop the ultimate as Thunder Talk are just biding their time and waiting for somebody else on EDG to pull the trigger instead. Xiaohao does not go in with the EQ, and so Thunder Talk will be able to secure the dragon, albeit it was that
Varus, but I feel like those spells aren't really in a position where they're able to do a ton of damage and actually threaten these health bars. EDG, though,
go for a fight.
Going to be flanked.
Yeah, going over here with the Hex Gate. Actually,
they left the Herald, guys. You left your Herald.
Herald is still available, and it's going to be secured by Xiaohao, who jumps in with the Cataclysm. It'll cost him his life, and now Thunder Talk can potentially go on the offensive, but it looks like they're only going to take that one kill.
Very dangerous if you take it and end up losing.
Herald popped here by EDG. Get them this crash onto the tier 1 turret and also positioning around the dragon that they have now started up. Keshi's going to be a little bit late to the fight, but he has a nice flank as the Weaver's Wall comes out and separates Purkia from the rest of the team. Dragon secured here by Xiaohao, and that denies the soul point, and also they get a kill onto Junhao on top of it. Feather getting slowed down as Leave is transcended, but they won't be able to close the gap just yet as Haru also is on the run. It is a 1-0 in favor of EDG plus the Dragon, and now they're looking here for Keshi. Angel going forward, going to land that Emperor's Divide, and ZDZ is on the way as well. Keshi pops the dominance, and it's going to be underneath his tier 1, but he provides a perfect angle for ZDZ to land the searing charge and give it
Power necessary And then to make matters worse, Keshi overextends on sides and gets caught out in the end. More kills going over to EDG than what I thought was Soul Point. It's still 10 minutes, or I guess technically, what is it, like 7 minutes until, oh, hang on, Perukia.
Catch attention to Perukia, but he headbutts Feather away to make sure there's no proper engage, and now Leave is going to have a big opportunity transcended on the front line, and he'll dash away from the Magnus Storm, which finds nobody. Call the Forge God, not going to connect, but Keshi will fall first, Feather second. EDG able to get a 2-for-0. It's a double kill for Xiaohao, and they'll make their way straight towards the Baron. Going to reset it, though, as Haru and Ryan are going to provide a ton of poke from the red side behind the pit. And Junhao still is available, has the smite, could go for that 50-50 steal. Perukia getting forced out by Haru, but Leave is still alive. Ryan trying to poke somebody out, but the Baron sure to just go over with Junhao having no opportunity to get in because of ZDZ. It is 5-1 in favor of Edward Gaming. They have a 4,000 gold lead, and they pick up the purple buff for the next 3 minutes.
Yeah, and I feel like Thunder Talk, wrong place, wrong time. It's in all of the members of the Thunder Talk frontline, and they get slammed down immediately as we go back to live cam. And Feather just goes down to Angel. More gold over to the Azir, and these...
All the team will come towards him to take down this tier 2 turret and continue to add to the gold lead.
I feel like this is a game we needed to see from Angel. This is a game we needed to see from Leave, even though it has definitely been... more quiet in the kill department as far as LPL standards go, Grapes. Their positioning has been really good. I think their team play has been good. As now we see a team fight started up here.
As you say it, Chain of Corruption does land onto Angel. The Call of Forge God does not connect. Junhao is going to find a knock-up onto Leave, but the Uno reverse card right back will send Junhao to the grave. Keshi is running away in a 1v4, will get taken down by the Yunara, and it's another 2 kills going over to Edward Gaming.
I mean, congratulations to Thunder Talk. You found your way onto the backline, but you're completely alone. Junhao knocks up Leaf. He says, where's my team? Your team is struggling to get this Ornn below half HP. All the EDG members except Angel are healthy, and Angel teleports right back to the wave. EDG are swiftly closing out this game, or putting it in its end stages, and TT, they're attempting to try and stop the bleeding, but it just keeps getting worse. The dagger keeps getting plunged deeper, Grapes.
It has just been an absolute annihilation for Edward Gaming. 25 minutes in, they break open the base, albeit not an inhibitor, of Thunder Talk, and are up almost 9,000 gold with the second dragon spawning.
No opportunities. They have not slipped up. They have not burned things unnecessarily, and they have not overchased. And those issues have been prevalent in the first 2 games of the series. As Perukia,
He gets chunked very low. The Unbreakable Will plus that extra item going to keep him alive. Really nicely done by Angel. Using the Emperor's Divide to cancel the crash down, and then goes golden. Into the backline goes Xiaohao, and that is a deleted Talia. Haru is down. Keshi dashes in. Finally is able to get one back on the board for Thunder Talk, but it'll be a 1-for-1 that he did not want to take. That's the ace. That's the game. 27 minutes time. EDG up 1-0.
Convincing win by EDG. We said we needed to see it in this series, Grapes, where these guys not only win, but they look good doing it, and they definitely did here in game number 1. A clean
Pilot well during EDG's Demacia Cup run. Now going to have an opportunity to play it alongside a very aggressive composition on Edward Gaming's side for game 2.
I mean, has the ability to just kind of lock down any of these targets, and these targets are extremely low. I mean, if Junhao gets found, he's just instantly dead. As here it goes.
There they go. Nether Grasp immediately onto Haru. He's tanky with a couple of Ruby Crystals and will be able to flash away. Malefic Vision still ticking down onto him, but Thunder Talk did not lose a member, with Ryan suddenly now becoming the target. Feather is going to flash in onto Perukia. He matches with a flash of his own, but in comes the re-engage from Xiaohao. Junhao forced the flash. It is a flash party down in the bottom lane, but it will be won by EDG to start things off. Xiaohao will go down to Ryan to make it a 1-for-1, but Junhao's going to dash forward as well. Haru with the Realm Warp is going to close the distance, but not be able to finish off another target. Overall, just 1 kill as compared to BLG Juniors, who literally have 4 people from their team playing today. Or 5, I should say. So, good opportunity for Ryan to become that next face of Thunder Talk Youth. As we say that, going to throw out the curtain call and take Perukia down with the help of Junhao. So, nicely done from Ryan, who now is 2-0 onto the Jin.
Now they gotta be careful. Zinzao's in that bush, and Malzahar's also waiting.
Exhaust, though, really nicely timed by Feather. Going to make sure that initial engage does not connect, but in comes Angel to save the day, and Junhao will go down, and EDG even up the kill count.
What a combo from Angel. Flash ultimate, just absolute insane display of mechanics. And although it's nice that Thunder Talk claim those grubs and deny it from EDG, looking across the board at this comp, this is not really a team that most efficiently utilizes the damage bonus for those towers. I mean, you've got a reload champion, you've got very low attack speed. Hold on, there's a 1v1 in the top lane.
Yeah, Public Institution on to ZDZ. He does have the revive, but Keshi's trying his best to make sure it times out before coming in back at the perfect moment and picking up a match of the wave clear as well. Dragon up for the taking, and DDG looking to maybe make a play towards Feather, forcing another flash out of the Thunder Talk support. There comes Junhao in with his previous play of talent, but it's immediately matched here by the Pop Blossom and the Crescent Guard. Xiaohao and Perukia working beautifully together to make sure that Junhao had none of it.
Junhao, unfortunately, completely whiffs on the ultimate. Xiaohao gets out in time and doesn't receive any of the damage. EDG win the fight. They get the pick, and now they're going to get the second dragon of the game, Grapes.
Nicely done by EDG to at least get some stuff in that bottom side. Top side of the map, though, is all Thunder Talk, is all Keshi, who is looking to chunk down ZDZ. Waiting maybe for an opportunity to even use that ultimate, but is going to pass up on it, at least for now. Keshi is the sole reason at this point, Quacks, why this gold lead has not ballooned further here for EDG.
Yeah, Keshi 1 Kenobi, help me, you're my only hope. As speaking
nice buffer
of
by ZDZ, gets away from the Public Execution, but not going to have any stacks just yet for the initial dive. Haru coming in, and he'll get on the board for his first kill of the game.
Yeah, not to mention they also pick up the first turret as well, so that extra little bit of gold going into them. You can see Angel is quickly going to get the second turret of the game, but the bonus gold does not go over to him. And now, no Malzahar for this fight means that Thunder Talk are comfortable being on to this Herald.
Should be able to take it down. Yeah, that's just an easy burst from Junhao and TT. Much more
of this bot side and being able to fight for these dragons. And speaking of claiming control of the bot side, now they're just looking on to ZDZ again.
Yeah, worked pretty well on the top side. Let's just go to the other side of the map and do it again. There goes all of the damage necessary to allow for Junhao to get on the board, as ZDZ will die for the third time this game.
It's part of not one, but two turret takes in the last 2 or so minutes, as Junhao do not face check that bush.
They're gonna run straight in, and Leaf throws in the killer instinct for good measure. That is just all.
This is kind of where we saw Thunder Talk lose control in game number 1 around this third dragon. Let's see if history repeats itself, as they are not postured to have control of this bot side river, and already the dragon is at half HP. Just leave it, guys. It's over. All right, we're learning from our mistakes. Fool me once.
Whew. Keshi barely able to escape. If that final inner or outer turret of the game in the mid lane.
So we as casters like to have is like, ooh, when is this dragon good? As hang on, Leave is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, gets hit by the Rune Prison, and a nice collapse here from Feather as well. That is a good play, and that is
if they get hit by the Nether Grasp. So just making sure that nobody is safe from the Malzahar ultimate.
Oh, look at the mid lane. Leave pops the killer instinct and forces Ryan to flash away. However, he'll issue the curtain call, try to slow Leave down, but Keshi is going to go way too far. The public execution might be his own demise, as ZDZ is going to flash in on top of him. Keshi's healing up a lot, though. The Grim Deliverance will eventually take him down, but it buys enough time for Ryan to pop off on the back line. ZDZ's still alive. He'll finally reset as the Zahan has come alive. A triple kill for ZDZ, as they'll force Haru and Ryan to run.
Yeah, really good fight there overall for EDG.
Trying to enter through the bottom lane, with Dragon being started up. Remember, Ocean Soul would be available here for EDG if they're able to claim it. Junhao jumps over the wall and is hiding out of vision inside of a brush. Could pop a big ultimate if he finds the opportunity, but instead, he's going to get targeted here by Xiaohao, who pops the Crescent Guard and makes the curtain call, not able to do anything. Into the back line goes Keshi. He's nearly able to one-shot Angel, and he eventually is able to do so. But the soul's already claimed by Edward Gaming. Keshi is popping off, trying to take down Perukia, but ZDZ says not today. Takes down his lane.
Torn apart by all of the AoE AoE abilities. Now the Baron is the
Not over
target.
just yet.
Junhao is going to have to go for a steal.
And so is Harrow. He's on the other side of the map looking to try to close things out, but ZDZ is jumping forward fearless in a 1v2. Lands a knock up onto Ryan as Harrow dies on the other side. Can be a 1v3. ZDZ, I believe he has another proc of the revive. Supreme Display Talent does not connect. And this Zahen, who was 0-3, is suddenly just a juggernaut here in this late game. He'll be able to escape. They're going to be able to land that final blow onto Junhao as he backed in just the wrong spot. And it'll be Edward Gaming claiming the dragon and winning the fight again.
Perukia going to pop Junhao right then and there as EDG looking to sunset this game, sunset this series, and be winless no longer, Grapes. It took a little bit. It was a bit of a delayed "we're so back" statement, but finally I can say EDG
That is
might.
the thing about Zahen. When you have your passive up, doesn't matter how far behind you were put, you're going to become a menace in some of these team fights.
Teleport.
Definitely was so here. Teleport's going to come in. Perukia is going to land a 3-man pop blossom. Not a ton of response though. The tower still has not been taken down. Ryan goes on a rampage as now Thundertalk going to find a response. That is the second kill. Already picked up onto ZDZ. And now Xiaoha's too far forward. Leave and Angel going to have to do a lot of work. And Leave gets hooked, but he's able to go gold. And that's just the perfect opportunity. Going to have Haru looking to lock him down with the Rune Prison, but Leave has been able to do so much already in this fight. He flashes forward, forces the Zanyas out of the rise, and will still be able to get the kill. Leave is a monster, and it will allow for Angel to finish off the ace.
MVP Ocean Soul, honestly, even though EDG went out on the fight to take it home, now it's Angel, the only one alive. He should be able to, at the very least, claim this inhibitor. Feather is back up, but I don't think he can stop this being taken by the EDG mid laner. A bit of an oopsie from EDG, but they stay alive. Is a surprise enough.
We'll see if they can even get into position. As already Keshi is going to be in some trouble. There goes Perukia. It was ZDZ to start the engage, and it's Leave to finish it. He goes up to 9, 2, and 5 with 5 items in his inventory. And now it'll be Edward Gaming with a 4v5 opportunity around this Elder Dragon fight. Here goes a flank from Junhao. Junhao talent, though, not going to find anybody, but they do cancel the Nethergrass at the right time. Leave is able to stay alive as ZDZ able to get the first kill. And the Grim Deliverance will be a Grim Deliverance to fate onto Thundertalk. Haru flashes on out, but it will not matter. A triple kill for the Zahen as Angel's already teleported to the top lane to end this series.
And EDG, after 3 series, we were getting a little bit worried, Grapes, but they show us that they came to play. Even if it took a little bit, they are still to be feared here in Group Nirvana. You should not count these guys out as they get their first series of the 20 pick. I think anytime a Bard is locked in, you have to think about, okay, is he gonna, like, how soon can he link up with Guan? How soon can they make plays around the map? Which lane? Monkey, looking at the lane states and just the reset timers that NIP are on. There's also a cooldown for Hoya, so both teams actually no ult keys for their top laner as they haven't started up. Guan gets the first one.
We're ghosting. There's that equalizer, but there's no follow-up to be had yet. Awesome.
Everyone's
just getting
here
to the party. Teleport coming through. This is a very slow teleport.
Guys, we have to
for
save
About,
him.
and everybody's lying in wait. He's immediately going to flash away. There's that bullet time.
Ooh.
Doing good damage. About Yao Yao. Go down. Huge kills. Guan will fall. It's a 4v3 for now. It's Cuban Monkey getting chased down. You know Care wants it. He's going to miss the seismic shove, but both members of WE will be split apart, and both members of WE will fall. It's just a matter of time before they catch up to Monkey, but it looks like they backed Care. I'm a little surprised. Didn't want to ride the wall to get close. Equalizer from downtown. Will get it done with the Arcane Comet.
That's the E-spell, and then the bullet time set up there for the Misfortune, exactly like how the comp wants it to.
That fight was pretty cooked.
And I think overall happy with that fight, which is why they're not going for the last grub. Is now you see Zhuo doing exactly what we were hoping for, being a nuisance in the face of Monkey and doing Bard things.
Still doesn't have that ultimate yet, and it is so hard to kind of stop the assault from Mundo walking forward in this NIP team comp. We talked about how they don't really have great ways to pop that shield, but they do have an equalizer and a bullet time over the top. Awesome, ripping him to pieces once again. He's going to take on About, while Karis finds himself somehow near the blue buff. And About, I'm sorry, brother. You don't have flash because of that ill-fated TP, and you don't have a life anymore. Awesome is 5-0.
Redact those sentences right now, because we got 20 minutes coming up in about 7 minutes, coming in with more firepower than the other.
And not only that, NIP have all the go buttons. You know, we talked about how WE doesn't really have that. Joe's going to be able to portal over the wall, gets a heal for himself.
Oh my God,
Monkey's going to continue to chase after him, looking for more. Zhuo getting very low. Karis coming through, as well as Yao Yao forces away the rest of NIP. It's a big pick.
Oh my God, they're angry!
With the equalizer and the bullet time, Monkey goes down, and that could be Herald over to NIP. Very difficult for Team WE to really get things going. We were just talking about how NIP has all the go buttons. Feels difficult for Monkey to be the driver on this champion, as they're going to go for Karis once again. This time they get his flash.
Yeah, good fancy feet coming out there, as they basically are conceding the top side objective now, looking for a dive onto Hoya.
Yep, and we're even getting the Braum showing up to the party, but he's the one who snagged.
When he places it, we'll probably be able to trade 1-for-1 with those towers. So that kill gold needed to be the difference. Is now Awesome might be in trouble.
Awesome sidesteps the chains. The block is there. Awesome still trying to stay upright.
Wait, what? Karis got the Herald.
Wait a minute, Karis? Yeah, Guwon was just too low, and now Karis rope warps in.
What?
What was caught? Big stun going down, but everybody's just standing there menacingly. Karis getting his third kill, and now Hoya with a teleport on the bottom side, flashing past the Dark Procession, and he said it's time for the solo laners to clean up, but it's Cube who was left alone with Care to make this a 1-for-1 on the bottom side. Disaster strikes for NIP.
Assumed Care probably had this 1v1, looks across the bot lane, and speaking of bot lane, we got action in the bot lane again.
Well, Hoya said, this is what you get for killing my friend. As he leaves him alone with Care for the second, but Guwon said, no, need to worry. Up in that top side, though, saw big things happening. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, oh, you don't even need the Tempered Fate, but guess who's coming in from behind? It's Monkey and Karis. And that magical journey's not going to get you far enough away. Monkey ready to frontline. Doesn't have the great health. But Guwon's going to shove him off. All right, here we go. What are we going to see? Awesome with the bullet time. It splits the gap between multiple. Monkey goes down. Yao Yao may find himself dead very soon. We're waiting for the seismic shove to come in, but it does not land, and Yao Yao will be able to walk out.
And it just kind of felt like WE, they were going in one by one. They weren't able, and then Cube and Monkey trying to save face, end up falling as well. NIP win
20 minutes and NIP have a gold lead. That means that Team WE is in that comfort zone that we were talking about. And to their credit, they have
threat to your win condition definitely is the mid laner of WE right now. So I think she could go Serpents, as Monkey is,
he's going where he pleases. He's going where he pleases for sure, but now he's got to use his ultimate, knock up onto Awesome, chunking him out. Nothing more to be had.
That tower is also extremely low. I feel like NIP need to be willing to guard around that area. Yeah, you can't really guard around this, though. Monkey is just going to face tank the tower, but
they get themselves on soul point.
Looking across the board, WE, all of their members have flash, except for Yao Yao, who elected to go for the ghost teleport. So I'm looking at that Cataclysm to be a big thing to burn those
big
stones.
damage. Awesome's in trouble. He's very low. Okay, he'll get the portal out, trying desperately to get away. Snipes him from downtown, and that means that NIP has got to run. Will they look for a re-engage? 2,000 HP on the Dragon. Instead, NIP say, we have seen many teams go up one member and say, okay, we can do the Baron now. This is not the same Baron as 2025. Karis trying to do what he can to get some pressure onto NIP on the side, prevent them from getting an equalizer. Does good damage. Karis over on the side, although gets a big shield. Baron secured for Team WE. Karis goes down. Care, Zhuo, and Hoya are low as Guwon tool. Having to just rely on that magical journey is very, very difficult. Now Team WE looking to push up a little far. Here's that magical journey. They're going to pop Monkey's shield as Yao Yao trying to get away, but that equalizer on top is going to be big problems. And there's that bullet time too. Yao Yao is going to be the one to fall. Karis will realm warp his way in, but just a little late. Now Zhuo forced to flash away from that Dark Procession. Monkey continuing to walk forward with a blast plank, gets Hoya out, and NIP make their escape.
Yup, it's a 1 for 0. It's just Yao Yao that goes down, but the Baron buff is still on a lot of the critical members here for WE. So even though NIP get the kill, they're still kind of having to play maintenance duty here, Yanni. They're still having to pick up these waves, absorb the pressure that WE are putting in mid and bot, and that isn't really allowing them to progress the game. But this might be the opportunity.
You can see NIP starting to get real low.
Oh, God,
and Karis is able to get away. They find Guwon, and the siege can continue.
Guwon trying to get the flag and drag, but Karis is too far away. Even if you get that CC down, I don't think the rest of NIP are really capable of walking in at this point. The Rise is just too tanky. The front line is just too strong. WE, the 20-minute post buff to this team. It's a real thing, ladies and gentlemen. Let there be no doubt about it.
Karis and Monkey have been on the map for quite some time. Yao Yao and About now rejoining their squad, continuing to siege on two fronts, mid and bot. So we all know how difficult Yora can be to try to shove off. There's that mid turret going down as Team WE look to get inside the base of NIP. Equalizer will be able to clear out most of the wave and will force off Team WE. But a very effective Baron power play puts them up almost 3,000 gold.
That you can use to attack WE from pockets of vision that wouldn't normally be possible.
There's that realm warp.
Here we go.
Yao Yao, Monkey there. There's a good tempered
Cube is in the
fate.
back.
Karis is ghosted up, and yeah, there's Cube from behind, causing a lot of problems. Kara gets caught too, and it's going to be a 5v3 right now, Quacks, as Team WE are looking to take multiple inhibitors, maybe even the base.
I mean, I like that equalizer there from Hoya, cutting down the wave for size and kind of forcing...
Oh, no, they found him. They found him. For sure.
Get him!
Whoa, you got to turn into a minion, brother. I know you're not Nico, but you got to turn into a minion. They see you, brother. He's dead. Tough, tough. You lose the dragon, too. I mean, this is just a very terrible sequence for NIP that was really legs for the moment. 30 minutes into this game, and the best part is for Team WE, they could wait. They have scaling on their side. They could take an Infernal Soul if they want. Care. Trying to do something here. He goes down. There's that bullet time, but Awesome's got to cancel it. Meanwhile, Monkey is just mean mugging everybody, and there's that Realm Warp. Karis, though, is losing most of his shield. Will be able to zone himself exhaust down onto Hoya while he is able to claim Karis' life. That is an ace for Team WE in their comfort zone, down at 20 minutes, but not out. The resiliency of this team is one to marvel at as they take game one.
Team WE doubters, people saying 2-0 for NIP in the chat.
Like Mel will be the pick for Team WE. She's still the same as she ever was for now. She is going to be getting some changes in the future. But for right now, it is the classic Mel we all know and love. So good job of walking through, making sure he shows up just like this. Try to help Karis out in any way he can. Bot lane, hook into the chompers. This is a problem for Yao Yao. He doesn't really have a way out. Dark Passages get him a little bit closer. Double Root is there, but Yao Yao turns around and goes down. It's first blood over Awesome.
Yeah, Yao Yao understanding that he's definitely dead and just trying to make sure that once the Get Excited passive goes through, the chase down onto his AD carry is not possible. Yeah, but it's honey, it's a slingshot.
Yeah, it's not the greatest item. So with Grubs being done on the top side, NIP have realized this is probably happening. So Guwon has the R button. He's ready to use it. About is like, Yao Yao, please. All right, Yao Yao's got to stay under the turret here. The root's going to go down onto Zhuo, so that turret's going to be doing some damage. Moonlight Vigil coming out as well. Dark Passage to try to get him out, and he will be able to escape. It's Zhuo taking him out, and now round two potentially. About's got red-white, but he has to get away from the turrets. Trying to escape. You mentioned it. About flashes away.
Yep.
So, 1-0 in the end.
Good cross-map play coming out here from Monkey, especially because he also secured the grubs for himself. So this means not only will they be able to bully Hoya off of this lane, but they'll also maybe be able to collect a plate for their effort. Just has basically a stranglehold over priority here in the mid lane. That's just how it's going to work with Mel, because you're so good at having that range in a while now.
Yeah, I am super surprised by that. His hold-on flash hook. Could be problems for Zhuo as Monkey is on the way. He'll flash over the wall, getting knocked up, but he gets to the blast cone. Will there be a turnaround hook? Not going to land. Take the blast going over the wall.
They're
Guwan
going.
does have that ultimate. They want to go fight over this crowd. About an awesome 1v1ing.
Oh,
ultimate
no.
does not hit About, but About is still in trouble. Moonlight Vigil is
Resets.
eaten by Guwan, and now it's Awesome trying to reset and do things. Whoa, in trouble. There's Care over the top with Between Worlds. Yao Yao's in trouble. Karis has to retreat to the safety of the turret. It's NIP cleaning up that fight.
And it is members for the NIP squad, and no objective for a while, so it perplexes me why we would be fighting here, but it looks like we might.
Okay, we're going to go after Zhuo, but a big double flay. About's got red-white, so that might be the reason for the fight. Guwan sticking around, going to get rooted up.
Oh,
Hook goes down.
no, Zhuo, come on.
The Jinx. This is a problem. Awesome is dead. It's a shutdown for About. There's the root onto Guwan as well, and the Golden Eclipse getting Karis' first kill of the game.
And an awesome deja vu flashbacks to game number 1.
Freshman, by the way. I would have done the exact same thing. High level freshman. Anyway, Rick getting started up. Monkey says,
Monkey's just
time
right
to make
there.
some monkey business happen. It's going to be Herald going over to NIP. Hook going in onto Yao Yao, and he's not going to be able to go out with those choppers. But downtown, the Moonlight Visual. Meanwhile, on the top side, Cube's in trouble. He slices the backline. It's good damage, but it's just not enough. About's up too far, and he falls too. NIP taking the game back in their hands.
And WE didn't really have any. Very close to completely striking 0. And now Zhuo hooking Monkey, but doesn't throw the Dark Passage out until now.
Well, Awesome's gonna get the reset. That forces Monkey's flash over the wall. Guwan's there to follow. Super Mega Death Rocket picks up the kill as well as NIP are starting to roll.
Yep, and now teleport here from
The risky
Karthus'
teleport.
safe face. It is
This turret's
definitely.
gonna go
Hoya's
down.
going
We're gonna
Mega.
Go for a hook. Look for a big play here. About is able to free hit, but there's nobody left alive. Care coming through with that ultimate. The turret will finally fall, but it's an ill-fated defense by WE that does not work out.
Yeah, I mean, Hoya was about to go Mega. That was a very ill-timed teleport.
Where
And
WE will lose while down gold at 20 minutes. It's got to be this one, right?
surely as... Oh, Guwan.
Oh,
down.
this is a
About.
problem.
Goodbye,
Yeah,
About.
About just has nowhere to go. It's another kill for Awesome. It's his 4th of the game. Meanwhile, up on the top side, Hoya will flash away. Teleport coming in. Karis, though, looking for the chase. Golden Eclipse gets it done.
That's pretty bloodthirsty. I mean, Karis expending that flash means that Guwan has his sights set on more than just the affiliate.
for a
So has
flank.
to flash.
Yeah, this could be a problem. Monkey
Care's not in
using
the area,
ultimate
it's
trying to
3v4.
heal up. There's Cube. Awesome's got to flash away, and that means that Zhuo is hung out to dry. And now they're going to look for Guwan next, taking a bite out of Crime as Monkey as they chase him down, land the hook, and the rest of the team is there to take out Guwan. It's a double for Karis.
And now Karis is somehow 5-1. I mean, this Mel is super far ahead now. Is going to back with a ton of gold in her pocket. And really, I think WE needed this. They needed someone that was capable of challenging this Jinx from the Jinx. As now WE are going to just go straight onto the Baron anyway.
Yeah, we have
Cube-
red-white now.
Yep, we have red-white. Cube is in the area. You can see he
Good
still
flank.
has that shield for about 10 seconds
He's
more
been
if he can look
spotted.
for a flank.
All right,
Oh,
there's
here we
Dominus,
go.
flashes over the wall, just trying to get onto key targets, but he can't. Awesome, good repositioning, hook onto Cube, and there's Hoya on the backside. Go on with a big ultimate, his red-white won't be able to save you. About hook to Yao Yao.
Karis
finds a kill. Yao Yao's still in there, but Monkey has let him go as well as Karis. It is a one fight for NIP, 3 for 2. Report coming in from Karis to join the rest of the team as they know this is going on, but it's getting ripped apart by Awesome. You got to get close, WE. What are you going to do? We're looking to go in. They are going to secure it. There's the Malphite ultimate on the backside.
Oh, go
They
on!
find about again and blow him out instantly. Karis and Monkey desperately trying to fight out of a corner, but they just can't. Monkey's got to flash away, and NIP are in full control.
And Guwan plus Care. I mean, it's the ultimate from the Malphite, and it's the ultimate from the Aurora. That the AoE is just too strong for Team WE. They all end up falling. The Baron is secured. NIP are looking to hand WE their first loss and take us to game number 3.
Cube's teleport going to be up very shortly as the siege is on here on this bottom side. More plates going into the pockets of NIP as their gold lead nears almost 6,000. Harsh is trying to get any chip damage he can on some of these targets. If you can whittle them down, maybe you can do something, but as long as NIP plays this out carefully, we'll be in a good spot.
Yep. NIP just slow and steady wins the race at this point. You've got, you know, he's going places. I don't know where he's going.
He's doing
going
cardio
places.
right now.
Yeah.
He's just trying to
Trade
find
deal. I get Grom.
I mean,
you get Baron.
well,
Thoughts?
About also gets this turret. Like, that is relevant. I mean, that is confusing, but I understand the thought process.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but I understand.
I mean, at this point, you really can't meet NIP as a 5v5 unit. It's just not going to work at this point. So them looking for a pick 3 years. So this is a guy who is in a similar boat to Care, where he needs to be standing on his own 2 legs. He needs to be putting up those performances because he no longer has the good graces of Thunder Talk to be able to say, oh, there's next split, there's next year. He needs to be stepping up to maintain his spot, to maintain his position as a LPL starter. He certainly is doing that this game. NIP have broken open mid lane, they've broken open top lane, and now they're looking for just these last 2 Nexus turrets.
Team WE are running out of space. We have red-white guns on about, but there's only 1 turret left standing. You have to do something here. You have to find a way to get NIP out of your base. Hook goes down on the monkey. He's in trouble.
Holy moly.
Look at Guwon patiently waiting, and NIP will hand Team WE their first game loss, and they're looking to maybe even handle a match loss. Not too surprised, but again, somebody has to be the facilitator for this team over on NIP, and it doesn't really look like they have.
Yeah, I mean, the fight starter is probably giving them good entrances to actually punish as junglers for what feels like the billionth time. I think this is the 3rd game in a row where they just meet each other in the jungle at level 3.
Yeah, and NIP knew that was going to happen. Guwon's going to go over the wall, but a good follow here. Heal is out. Guwon getting knocked up. Monkey has to flash over the wall.
Awesome.
Also going to follow, looking to finish him off, and it's Shwo, the one who's getting first blood. Now About and Yao Yao have to fight hard. Good flash. Was there. About is going to be able to find one. He's going to look for a little bit more. Shwo with a big glitter lance, but Guwon's still alive.
The barrier!
There. Shwo
The
goes
barrier!
down.
Triumph!
Oh my goodness! They get it done! Team
And
WE's
now it's going to affect your bot lane. About is pushing up and doesn't have flash though, so this is a good angle for them to punish it.
Oh yeah, and they're gonna punish him for sure. Right over the wall. About has nowhere to go, and it's Guwon getting that kill.
Yup, good thing for Guwon in particular of game number 1, and then obviously it was the big pop-off factor on the Jinx in game number 2, so he needs a redemption game himself here as Guwon.
Well, when becomes lightning, and because of the scout of the week, Guwon had to take a step back. Who's gonna get this kill? It's Monkey who picks that one up as Guwon now 1-2 and
Going over to About and more acceleration being put into this Yunara for essentially free.
yeah, no TP either means that you just lose all of that. Now we do see NIP going after the grubs here. Obviously going to be a very big pickup for a guy like Awesome, who's a little bit shorter range, but
Monkey just has a slight tempo advantage over the Kiana at the moment. You need to change that as NIP, so they're going for a fight.
But here's Yao Yao over the top. He's got the quickness available. Guwon's knockup is there. Spring to say his talent finds 2. But there's that charm, and they're going to try to focus out Shwo. Unleashed power is not enough. Teleport in from Hoya. Trying to protect this team. He's going to drop his ultimate down, but not get anywhere. But they're going to serve up Yao Yao on a silver platter. Care using that ultimate well. So NIP gets one back.
Really good angle there from Care. They managed to get the 1 kill, and I feel like definitely, it felt like NIP were going into overdrive now. Hoya, no flash. Okay, maybe it is relevant.
Okay, well, Hoya just goes down. Free money over to Karras. I'm sure he's happy with that, as Hoya will get a couple of hits in on some of these members. Care and Awesome are able to get to the late game stages to make sure NIP has a big fighting chance, because early on it's hard. And it looks like Care is going to be the one to set him up. Guwon gets that 3rd kill. Looks like they're right on schedule, Quacks.
I mean, Care has just been on it with the Shuriman shuffles this game. First, we saw the scoop near the blue side blue buff, and now it's a free kill for Guwon onto Karras. More gold for the Kiana. Now, he might be looking for some more, but this is a Rek'Sai, so I don't know if it's going to be possible.
Oh, it looks like they are going to find him. He's going to use his ultimate, but he dies before it goes. NIP not going to have any interest in that dragon. We'll go over to Team WE as their last quest has been completed. Now they're going to try to make a play on this bottom side. Shwo already recalling, and Everybody on NIP are out of the area, so it's just, all right, let's go ahead and take down this turret.
I mean, it's now going to be kind of a race here. Hoya should be
There's
able to
no
get
race.
the first turret. All right, yeah,
There
there's
is
no
no
race.
race.
Never mind. Hoya's got it. Herald, now they're going to be able to use this in the future to knock down this mid lane or bot lane tier 1. WWE, they want to start a fight so bad, but they have no idea where Guwon is, and without information on the Kiana, it's super difficult. They finally get a lick of info.
There's that Scion ultimate. It's going to split up Karis from the rest of the team. He's going to have to get away very quickly. Good sidestep, but the rest of the team is showing up. Scout of the week knocks 2 away. He says, Cube, help me, brother. So here we go. Guwon and Kara have to try to get out. Sabrina's by talent lands, but Monkey is there, but he gets hit by the Emperor's Divine. And Zhuo closes out the kill. Now about over the wall, looking for more flashes forward. Really wants to take him out. Yao Yao trying to get close as well. As Kara stuck between a rock and a hard place. Flashes over the wall. And NIP lose no one.
NIP, though, escaping for the Kiana to one-shot this Yunara by looking at it.
I'm with you on that one, Quacks. Now, one thing to note is there are a lot of flashes down. Knockup is there, as we might see a fight. Yao Yao is just dead. Monkey's in trouble, too. He's going to heal up as best he can. Just trying to keep everybody out, but the kill ends up going over to Awesome from downtown. Hoya is able to tank up that turret. It is another successful play for NIP.
And you know the quote by Expeke, he's too tanky. There's a word I can't say on broadcast, but Hoya is legitimately... You can see that WE kind of understand the situation that they're in right now. They were looking for a dive onto Hoya, but very quickly realized that it just was not going. NIP look for a pick. Maybe they'll find one onto About here, as this Yunara does have flash, so can react.
Oh, that's a big problem.
Yeah,
Can't
go.
react
Nope.
if you can't see it. You're dead. About as Guwon picks up number 5.
Oh, Guwon gets the one shot off. About can't even react, and now he's just gonna maybe look for something on the bot lane. You can see Cube is pushed up there, and instead of going for the Baron, instead of going for a kill, he's going for the Krugs. You know, it's the simple things in life.
You know, any extra little bit you can pick up, you'll take. And Team WE aren't gonna have a response to this because Cube is gonna find out real quick. Oh no, Guwon is here. He's right behind me, isn't he? It looks like NIP won't elect to fight any further. They knew that they would take a lot of resources to take out Cube.
It would
First
take a
right
lot
now,
of...
you at least got Guwon's Edge of Might off. That means that Guwon's going to have to be very safe for the time being. They're going to go and dump some resources into Hoya. Not really do that much damage as the solo laners continue to split push.
And Hoya's shield barely got broken there as Dragon is coming up, and you can see that About is looking to just try and target it, stall them out, but Care has teleported. All right, NIP looking for the fight.
Team WE getting this Dragon down to about 3,000, but they're so split. NIP looking much more together. Monkey goes in, but it's only him, Cube, and About on the other side. Care walls off the other members. About will fall. Monkey will fall. It's a double kill for Awesome. And NIP locked all windows and doors in that fight.
And WE crucially get themselves soul point. If they could get the next Dragon, that'll be the Cloud Soul acquired. And with no jungler, doesn't matter. They're actually going to go for the Baron. They don't have Guwon here.
I think that's actually happening. As NIP are now looking to corral Team WE on this top side.
It's kind of a long con, but Cube has a flank here. I mean, if Team WE can look for a fight started, he is seen on the wards, but still, I feel like NIP are just really afraid to pull the trigger here. They're quite far ahead in this game, but they're sacking side lanes at the current moment. I mean, Cube is able to push in as this Rek'Sai with essentially impunity because there isn't really anyone on the NIP side that can deal with him. And this is...
Here's Yao Yao, but the wild growth. Yao Yao can only get onto one member, and it's Care, but he's just fine. Emperor's Divine about gets to the backline, but can't kill Awesome. The knockup's onto Karis, and Hoya will drop his ultimate. They find Yao Yao. Next knockup onto Cube, and it's just dominoes because they're knocking down member after member after member of Team WE. A triple kill for Awesome and a Baron for NIP. Stage for Team WE at this point. We talked about how they scale pretty well, but NIP just scales.
It's so damn tanky. I would not put it past him. The ability to just ult in there and cause some chaos. Take some WE members.
Ghosted.
I feel like that's an option.
Yao Yao used his ghost just in case he was able to see an angle, but It's not the case. He's going to swap over to Exhaust. That's going to be important in this fight. Team WE are running out of time. That bottom inhibitor taken out. Looks like they are going to transition over to the mid lane. Monkey getting chunked out so hard. It's just cares poke. It's Awesome's bouncing boomerangs. You know, you hit the minions, you just get to chip everybody else. That's a Sivir ultimate down, so that is a important tool for NIP that they won't be able to have. But Hoya also just gets the front line like this, so don't think it matters all that much.
NIP slowly closing their grip around this game, but not going to fully choke the life out of WE. They get a double inhibitor, and now it's just more demoralization on the side of Team WE, knowing that this dragon will slip their grasp, and more and more we get into this game, it feels like the game is going to also
push WE in the early game and make plays, and he has just been denied it every single turn. I think that even if he's able to find a big one this time, it might not matter. We're going to see a fight break out. Here we go. He finds a couple of members, knock up on the side as well. A bounce over the wall. We're free hitting, but it just doesn't matter. The wallet difference is just too strong. Zhuo will live on the backside on top of it. Team WE can hold a candle to NIP in this game. No Baron needed. 19 kills to 6. And NIP will continue their undefeated run. It's only been their second match while they hand Team WE their first loss of the Perseverance.
Yup, Team WE showing mortality in this series, going down as the Ninjas in Pajamas, the full rebuild, new students to the dojo.